PAX off was unusual. Hey, this is the first PAX East for Beach and Ian.
Salute!
It's ginger lemonade.
Okay, good.
Why it comes in a mason jar is beyond me.
I assume it's a local thing. Makes it better.
All right. Should we just launch right into it?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, we're going to start with this thing. I don't know if you've seen us do this at other panels, if you watch the recordings of our panels, or what. Actually, I forgot to get the text editor going. James, explain what we're doing.
All right, so if you all have recently seen, what was the actual Crapshot name?
The Switch?
Well, no, there was a Switch, but there was also
The mustache one.
The Mag.
Oh, the mustache one.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was called.
So I don't know what it was called, but we wrote that live, or actually these three wrote that live at MagFest.
With your help.
Yeah, and then they sent the script back to us, including myself and Victoria. We filmed it, we edited it, we put it on YouTube, and we showed it at the end of this panel. At the panel, we're going to try to do that again today. Basically everybody who's not here. So that's Paul, that's Kathleen, that's Cam, Heather, Alex, I think Kate's there. A lot of people are there. So we're going to take the next 10 minutes-ish, hopefully about that, and write this as quickly as we can. We're going to send it to them. They're going to write it, they're going to edit it, they're going to put it up on YouTube, and we'll show it to you at the end of this panel. All right? That's the plan. That is the plan at least. So, it's taking place at the moon base, and you know who's going to be there?
Can I get a word?
What? Yeah, get it.
Starting with G. Put up your hand. Put up your hand. Put up your hand. All right, right there, right on the aisle. Yes. Yes. Goose. All right, we have a rodent town called the Galloping Goose. So we could do something involving speed walking.
We can't. It's not outside.
We can't go
No, we can't go outside, but yeah.
Top Gun.
Top Gun. Starts with G. Top Gun. Well, you're halfway.
No, but
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
so we could have a military theme to this.
Sure.
Okay.
Alex probably didn't bring any of his guns.
No, but we have shitty guns.
We have a whole bunch of garbage guns. All right. Volleyball. It's not going to be about Top Gun. Stop trying to make Top Gun 2 happen.
Isn't that happening?
Is Top Gun 2 happening?
Oh, it was.
All right, we need. Okay, should we get more words?
Yes, more words.
More
A
words.
word beginning with M. Put your hand up. Yes, right there. Microphone.
We have several of them.
We have many of those.
Okay.
If you put what?
Moose. Moose, goose. Okay, we got moose, goose, Top Gun, microphone.
We worked that. It all has to happen at the moon base.
Yeah.
Dr. Seuss.
Funny story about that actually, but wait for feed them.
Is that a?
Now I want this Crapshot to rhyme.
Like there's probably 4 or 5 different rhymes we can get out of moose.
Footloose.
Who's?
But where are we going with this?
That's what's the payoff exactly.
Yeah, what's the exit strategy?
Yeah, the rhyme is the exit.
Excuse does sort of.
What if the idea was that somebody comes in, like there is a sentence, but somebody responds with a rhyme, and it just starts pissing everybody off until the worst, like there is a pun that just murders everybody.
Yeah.
Like how frustrating would it be to have to talk to somebody and have them respond in rhyme the entire time?
But is it intentional? Is someone doing this just to piss everyone else off?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that would work. And then it just turns into a group beating at the end. You don't want to go out on just, like that's lazy, having to go out and just beating somebody up.
Make it a sequel to a ballad. Yes.
Make it a sequel to, oh God, no. That video. That was King Cool, wasn't it, who said that?
Yes, it
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's a deep cut. That we did a video that was entirely in rhyme, and it was a bad idea.
It was amazing.
Okay, so
I appreciate
So people come, like people are entering the office,
People are entering the office.
and let's say Alex is welcoming them.
He's been there the entire time. They're like coming in today and they say something to him and then he responds in a rhyme and just person by person they keep coming in and he just keeps responding in rhyme to them with whatever it is that they're saying until they finally have enough.
Like every time it needs to, like, they say something, he responds, reaction shot, and then Alex going, eh.
All right, we're gonna say 3 people enter.
Comedy in threes, yeah. Okay, so who comes in first? Cam.
Cam.
The payoff is that somebody comes in and like, hey Alex, would you like an orange? And he just loses it.
Yeah. Do we just...
Silver then. Would you like 30 pieces of silver? I don't know. Well, there's many a word that the purple doesn't rhyme either.
Maple circle.
Here in Vermont, maple syrup is teased daily to remove the delicious nectar that will occur.
All right, we're getting off track. Here we go.
That's a different Crapshot idea. By the way, you know the Twitch food thing? They're doing all the different food shows on Twitch, right? There was one that was like, Chefs Afield or something, and they go to different, they go to various local places and find out stuff, and they were in Vermont, and it's like, the guys who are making maple syrup are like, well, I think most people would tell you that Vermont is, you know, known as the best place in the world for maple syrup, and we, of course, watching this in Canada are like, bullshit! You don't get to make fun of Canadians for maple syrup and say that Vermont does it better. All right.
So Cam enters.
So he just said something innocuous.
I think he's just like, hey Alex.
How are you doing today?
Yeah.
Or like, hey Alex, how's it going?
Yeah.
Something rhymes with going. Is that the word? It has to be something innocuous that rhymes. So what do we do there?
I mean, you could really just say, hey Alex, how are things today?
Okay. And then what's the rhyme?
I have a problem with that because it's like,
I'm talking to you in a funny way. You want to make this one way or
Or hey Alex, how's your day? Or no, hey Alex, how are things? Does that work? No? Oh, see, we backed ourselves into a corner now.
Hey Alex, what are you up to? I don't know, there's a rock in my shoe.
Oh, actually, that can be even more innocuous. It'd be like, hey Alex, what are you up to? Not much, man. How about you?
right.
Yeah, that's sort of like,
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. All right. So it has to scan correctly. Hey Alex, what are you up to? Alex, not too much. How about you?
Cameron looks puzzled.
Looks puzzled. Alex makes finger gun. Finger gun pose. Wait, hang on.
Shitty. Don't even look at the screen.
So who enters second?
Andy.
Hey.
We don't. Andy's not there.
I don't know, Les Boardwalk's in.
All right. Well, let's finish with Kathleen. I think that makes sense. We're doing Kate. All right, Kate enters. What does Kate say? It's got to be something more specific.
Yeah.
Something that rhymes with goose.
Something that rhymes with goose.
Hey Alex, did you see my stream?
Yeah, all right. And then,
No, I was busy eating ice cream.
I was face down in a bowl of ice cream. They're laughing.
Dilly bar!
Dilly bar, yeah, okay, so, hey, if the response is, I was face down in a bowl of ice cream, the first line needs to be longer for scansion to work.
Yeah.
It's important. This is why I'm always a harsh judge in Cards Against Humanity.
You'd be like, Alex, good morning. No, that doesn't fucking work. Alex, good morning. Did you see my stream? Right? It scans, but it sounds really awkward. You would never have somebody talk like that. Oh, morning, Alex. Hey, did you see my stream? Morning, Alex.
Or
Did you see my stream?
see my stream, or like, are we gonna stream, or should we?
Do you want to get from West Spring?
Oh, we'll just do it like this. Stream.
You're
then-
here, Alex.
No, I would. I'm just gonna write it down. We can smooth it in a second.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just have to get the idea down and then figure it out later. And we're face down in a bowl.
I don't think that. Freudian slip.
Actually, I should put a note in here for that. Should. That should be enough to get that across. Do we need to see my stream? No, I was facing. It doesn't quite work.
Sorry,
Alex,
add a sorry after the no.
Sorry?
No.
Oh, no, sorry. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Syllables are important.
Before I
No, sorry. I was sorry. Sorry? Is that how I'm supposed to say it?
Yeah. Good thing you were wrapped around your waist.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry, yeah.
I'm sorry, everybody. No, sorry. I was thinking a full of ice cream.
Did he have a little ice cream? Just hold it out.
No, because we won't have
The only thing is that there's no reason for Kate to be annoyed because she didn't know what happened with Cam, right?
Yeah, right.
So she looks puzzled, I guess, as well.
But there's no escalation.
Well, the last part of it is that, I mean,
He looks puzzled, Cam face palms.
you could, yeah, Cam is just kind of in the background. He's like,
Yeah, like we kind of have to show Cam react to this as well.
Angrier.
What if we do 3? We have enough people in this, right? What if we do 3 and then the foil?
yeah, because then there's a proper build.
Yeah.
I mean, because the other thing you could also do where Cam basically, like Kate walks in past, sits down next to Cameron, and he says, "This has to stop." And she says, "No, hang on." And she texts Kathleen. She pulls it her phone. She starts, "I'll take care of it." And Kathleen was walking in, "Hey, Alex, would you like an orange?" Like she was prepared for the entire time. Oh God. And then he gets, and everybody goes.
I was wondering if we were going to go out on just Alex doing. We've had like 4 crapshots that just end on Alex about to stay.
All right. So who else?
Who else is there? Paul. Is Paul there this morning?
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Paul is.
Paul enters. What is the thing that Paul says?
Code editing. What else?
What's up, the
Yeah.
Hey Alex, that's the PAX East Crapshot.
Did
Did you get the spare mic?
What?
Did you get the spare mic? Did you get the spare mic?
For Mike?
Hey, for Dan Tuckett!
Good try.
Yeah, actually, did you find the spare mic? That works.
Yep.
Yes, it was hidden in my bike.
Actually, then Paul will be like, "You don't own a bike."
Here Alex comes with a new deck.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to mess up, but not completely correct.
Oh, yeah.
I fix it.
sure.
It's gotta be short enough.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Alex, how's your new deck? I played it last night and it was a wreck. Yeah, that works. Okay, cool. So then, Paul looks confused. Kate looks angry. Cameron looks furious. This has to stop. Okay. On it. Pulling out her phone. Oh, wait, hang on, we need that. Alex. Okay, this has to stop. Phone on it.
Alex yells like a bonnet.
Just like from off camera?
Yeah. This is gonna be a lot of cuts. LoadingReadyRun Crapshot, let's change it up to see it.
Yeah. Oh, just already? Okay. Hang on. All right, I posted it into the Crapshot channel, let them know it's still in progress. Right, Kathleen enters. So what are we going with? We're going with orange or?
Yeah, I think orange because it's probably the thing that's gonna stop him the quickest. Plus, it's more likely they can get in orange than to find something that's maybe silver.
I think you're silver though, because it's not the obvious.
Yeah, but how do you walk into the morning and make an innocuous comment that we have influence?
Well, no, because you can be doing attention, right?
Yeah.
Like, hey, Alex, check out my necklace. It's silver. That. Yeah. Correct apostrophes.
Frame in the doorway, hands on hips.
Yeah.
Are they going to be dual wheeling?
Alex prepares for seppuku.
Ask Alex for no, because he won't be in that shot. That's it, right?
That's it. Let's just leave it there. If they think of anything else to add, because they think it'll be
They
better.
won't.
Alex does finger guns pose, but with actual guns.
Alex turns finger guns into your mouth.
You know, that does sound like something that Alex would add to the end of this, though, doesn't it?
Watch out for the necklace, you might get killed for it.
What? Oh, whoops. Hang on. It's fine. This is just like copy pasting errors. Everything's fine.
Well, you all did an excellent job. Oh, no.
All right, great job, everybody. All right. All right, now the rest of the panel is usual, assuming that I can get them the script. Good, they got it. Okay. All right, that's good. Okay, so now that was great. I hope that all comes together. So what are we talking about? Well, hey, some of you might have noticed a thing that happened on Wednesday.
Was that we launched a Kickstarter for Desert Bus the documentary. And it's going astonishingly well so far. For those who didn't see it, this is something that actually, it's something we've talked about doing before. It's something a lot of people have asked us about doing before. In fact, after the loading time in November went up with all the sort of the behind the scenes stuff, a bunch of people were like, hey, have you ever thought of doing a documentary, like a full documentary about what Desert Bus is and how you all put it together. And as it happens, we had been, and we talked about it, and this is a thing that is actually happening. So as we explained, you can check out the actual campaign page for a fuller explanation of this, but we want to do it, but we can't do it because all of our, as I say in the video, all of our people and equipment and mental bandwidth is caught up in actually doing Desert Bus. So we would be incapable of actually making a documentary about it. And so we've got Flying Saucer Media, which is Mr. Russ Pitts, who some of you may be aware of, to do it. And we've actually already started production because we had the first Desert Bus meeting last weekend, the first one for Desert Bus 10.
I'm gonna give it to you.
So they had a crew up in Victoria for the whole weekend and interviewing all of us and filming the whole meeting, which was real dull, but I'm sure it will be relevant. And yeah, so it's like I said, it's up on Kickstarter. That's not live, but this is from this morning.
That's not. That's the American, right?
Yeah. For some, I spent so much effort in the video and on the campaign page going like, now you're seeing this in Canadian dollars, and it's going to look way higher, and it turns out that if you're in the States, it just shows it to you in US.
We had no way of knowing because we're in Canada.
I didn't know that was a thing that happened. So yeah, so that's awesome, and we're really, really excited about it, and
grateful for your generosity.
yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Like we said, for those who are unaware and haven't watched the thing, this is not a for-profit thing. We're not looking to make money off of this. We just want to get the thing made. So that's why it's like a pretty focused Kickstarter. Yeah. So there's Paul and I did it's actually someone's linked it in the comment on the Kickstarter page. Paul and I did a Q&A live stream, and if anyone has any questions that aren't answered on the Kickstarter page, hit us up on Twitter or on the Kickstarter comments. We'd be happy to answer more questions about it. But it looks like things are looking pretty positive, and so we'll be having the Flying Saucer Media crew back up to Victoria at least once more. They're going to be there through the whole actual run of Desert Bus, and then at the Child's Play charity dinner after the fact, and then the final product. It's going to be a feature-length doc, like I said, should be edited around this time next year, probably, because there's going to be a lot of footage for them to go through.
Oh man, I just realized, if you think it's hard fitting all of Desert Bus into one room,
Yeah.
now we have to add a documentary crew. Yeah, it's going to be a nightmare.
It's going to be a bigger room.
I had to tell them, I was like, you are going to have to be, because this is hell for a documentarian. I said, you are going to have to be okay missing a lot. Yeah. Because unless you have a camera person awake at all hours, you're going to miss stuff, and you need to be okay with it. So yeah, we launched that earlier in the week because we didn't want to spend a lot of time in the panel talking about it. But if you don't know, now you know. And thank you so much to everyone who's already backed it. We're really excited to share this crazy story with you. So now, let's talk about streams. Who has no idea that we stream? You're lying, I know you are. Okay, cool, so a couple of you are. All right, so we're making some changes to how and what we stream on twitch.tv/LoadingReadyRun. Basically, we looked at sort of, it was a bunch of different things. It was, we looked at what we felt our strengths were, because we've been doing the streaming, I guess, full-time streaming for like 2 years. 2 years now.
Yeah.
And we looked at what our strengths were for the sort of content that we were creating, and for also what was the most popular, like what people were actually enjoying the most. And we realized that, frankly, your sort of general stream content that is, hello, I am me and let us play a game, was not as popular, and is not really the kind of stuff that works with how we were doing our channel, because we were structuring our channel sort of like a TV station almost, and so we wanted to try and change some of the content that we were making. So we're gonna tell you about that right now. A bunch of stuff that is currently there is staying. Don't worry. So, first of all, Checkpoint's not going away. Because we need to do that to get the YouTube version. So we'll still be doing Checkpoint. We'll still be doing Loading Ready Run MTG for those who are into the Magic. Let's Nope is not going away, though it will be moving. Yeah, though it will be moving. It will no longer be on Fridays. In fact, I think it's actually going to occupy the current slot of Alex's show now.
I believe so.
Right? But it's going to actually alternate weeks with Watch and Play. The reason that there's so much time span between Watch and Plays is not for lack of terrible games on the internet, let me tell you. It's just that Friday evenings is not a time that I can often commit to stuff after we've been doing stuff all day, so that's why. Crossing the streams, of course. We're keeping crossing the streams. And more so, it will be weekly now. Actually weekly. But because we've been doing sort of it alternating kind of with AFK streams, we've been sort of doing like we'll do a crossing the streams or we'll do an AFK. So crossing the streams is probably going to be midweek. The schedule is not
100% yet.
None of these graphics are because you're going to see some new graphics. None of these graphics are final either. The schedule's not final, but probably it looks like it'll be Wednesday likely. AFK will also be weekly. And so sometimes that'll be a board game, sometimes that'll be Paper Magic.
D&D, like we just
did. Like we did the D&D game the other week. So there will be a lot of options for that. And that will be on Friday nights. Yeah. As much as I love the joke that the show named Rhythm Tuesday is on any day other than Tuesday, I do find that entertaining. However, we talked about it, and Rhythm Cafe is not going away. Yeah, but it will actually be on Sunday. So, Rhythm Sunday. James,
this is the show. This is a new show you lead off with. This idea.
I can change the order of the slides.
No, it's good. Let's do it.
All right, go for it.
So, taking over my space on my slot on Thursday mornings. This is going to probably start at around 11. It's going to be Paul and myself. And the show, as you can see, is called 18 Games and Counting. At 9 a.m. Pacific, every Thursday, we're going to look at what the 18th most played game on Twitch is. And we're going to play that game no matter what it is. If it's a game we can't get, then we'll figure it out. But we're hoping that 2 hours will give us enough time to download whatever game it might be. Let's check.
Oh, what is, check right now?
What is the 18th most played game on Twitch right now?
RuneScape. that's my guess.
Is it trash again?
No, it's not. This week we would be playing Smite. I have never played Smite. That would be interesting.
How did you come up with 18?
Because of 18 Kids and Counting. Which I think is actually now called, well, and now it doesn't exist. But I think it changed to 20 kids and then 19 and then 12, I don't know.
I don't want to think about it.
But it's a stupid play on that dumbass show. Next up.
All right. Next up is a show that will have a rotating host and possible co-hosts, and it's New Day Tuesday, because game releases typically come out on Tuesday unless you're Nintendo and you feel like being all different on Friday. And we're just to play new releases. We're gonna, if there's a new game coming out, then, and this is very open-ended. This isn't necessarily a 3-hour show, so it's like, if this had existed when Dark Souls came out, then we probably would have had, someone playing Dark Souls all day long. And so, like I said, this is going to rotate week to week, depending on what games are coming out and who wants to play the games. And it's, like I said, it's also, there's no show right after it, so that if someone's having a real good time and the game is sweet and people are enjoying it and watching it, then they can keep on playing. And if it's toilets, they can stop.
Yeah. Also, Nintendo games that come out on the Friday before can be included on New Day Tuesday.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I will not stand for them.
Can you get special guests at the New Day?
That would be amazing. I'm hoping that this draws Xavier Woods towards. So that actually had no bearing on the name of the show. It's because it rhymed with Tuesday. some really good show names that I think are really entertaining. There's a show called Talking Simulator. That this is going to be primarily Alex and Cameron, and they're going to be talking about, they're going to be playing a game, sort of in like a picture-in-picture, but talking about games from a critical standpoint, like just discussing like theme and narrative and, you know, yeah, exactly, things that they're good at talking about.
It also includes design from
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, design, all sorts of stuff. So I'm really excited. They are also very excited about this, but
With
so
the focus on the commentary too.
yeah, exactly.
If
So-
you've ever listened to, I think they only made like 2 or 3 episodes of Corrector's Commentary. It's their sort of version of this, but for movies. If you haven't ever listened to that, go find them. They're on the website, and you'll kind of get an idea of what they're going for on this one.
Yeah. B, do you want to talk about this next one?
Yes. So, Matters of Import was a game that Graham, this is an idea that Graham had thought of, that he talked about with Ian and I, that he would like to see us, because we are really into the Japanese culture. How much fun would it be if we actually had to play proper Japanese games? Untranslated, unknown. Starting from, we install this and let this go. And I was like, sure, like, why not? I have no idea if it'll be easy to install. I have no idea if we'll be able to make it work or not. We'll have need special hardware. The reason I've started, for those of you who watch my stream, the 5 of you in the room that do, the reason I started playing Prince of Persia: The Two Thrones is because I thought I'd go out with the same game I came in on, because Beach's Backlog won't be at the same time. Matters of Import will be on Monday nights.
And
And will be every other week.
yes, because it will alternate. I actually want you to explain what the show is going to be before I show the name.
Okay.
Okay, so it's going to alternate Monday evenings between Beach and Ian on Matters of Import with...
A show that I have brewing up in my head for about a while now. I have a lot of projects that anyone who follows me on Twitter may know. I like to tinker in things. I like to put things together, take things apart, make additions to things like soldering, drilling, brewing beer, sewing clothes, making food. I like making things. I like the creativity that allows, and I like having something to show from it afterwards. And I know there's a lot of people on staff at LoadingReadyRun that also have little projects that they like to do and they want to share with people. And with Twitch getting more focus on the creative channels, I thought, why not put together a show? And so I came up with this name.
So Tinker, Tailor, Solder, Fry. Solder, I know, that was just, that's going to alternate Monday nights with Matters of Import, and it's going to be Ian hosting it primarily, but Heather's going to come on for crafting.
Myself and a guest. I mean, we've got people lined up. Heather likes to do sewing, and she's got other projects like book binding. We've got Kate, who likes to bake.
Yep.
She's going to teach us how to do some stuff.
I mean,
Paints, models.
what's the first thing?
Yeah, what's your first project?
That we already have parts for.
Yeah, the first project, we actually bought the parts for this back during the
Because you may have seen there was a video about our fridge at the Moonbase, the little bar fridge. But then if you've seen any behind the scenes stuff at the new office, we have an actual fridge.
So when we launch, we're going to be doing a kegerator conversion.
Yeah, turn the old fridge into a keg.
It's been cleaned.
Yeah.
Very, very clean.
Which, now that's a project you've actually done before, because you've done the same thing on the fridge at home. But one of the things about this show is that often you'll be doing things that you haven't done before.
Exactly.
And you might make horrible mistakes.
You might be making mistakes, we might be doing things wrong, but the whole point of the show is it's not a how-to show. It's more of
Let's figure it out.
It's entertainment and inspiration.
Yeah, let's learn this together.
Yeah, everyone get inspired, go do your own projects. You like watching it, so watch us do ours.
Yeah. And I swear, because this will bug King Cool, I know. This is a working title, I swear. Is that we're doing, is that the sort of I guess almost the flagship show of this is going to be this show that we still don't know exactly what it's going to look like. It's actually going to, this is going to be on, at least for now, it's going to be on alternating Saturdays. And then if it works, it'll be Saturdays. Yeah, and it's actually going to also be, I guess not replacing, but it will be instead of the Lurcast podcast. And it's going to be live and a lot of different things. A variety show, I guess you would say, is what I wrote down there with a question mark. Sort of like a late night show. We have some ideas, and you'll find out more about it when we figure out what they all are.
And we'd like to figure out pretty quick.
Yeah.
7 people wanted to make a late show and
Yeah.
had their own ideas.
Yeah. And so we're sort of doing all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I'm actually really excited about this, even though I'm doing a terrible job of explaining what it's actually going to look like. But we think you'll like it. We think you'll enjoy it. So all of this, all stuff is we're planning to launch with that show on Saturday, May 14th-ish. And I say ish because if everything goes toilets, probably we might push that a week. But the point is, this will all be happening pretty soon, and we think it's going to be fun. We think it's going to be really fun. Yeah. And for those of you who might be missing the sort of one-on-one hanging out with an individual person while they play some games. There's open time in the schedule. There's still chances that people might do that for funsies. Maybe we'll do more Let's Play content like James and I have been doing. But I know I'm super behind on that. But again, we've been working a lot of this stuff out. So there'll be opportunity for that sort of thing. But overall, we think this will be super fun.
Oh, and Adam will continue to stream.
Oh, Adam's going to, because we're busy during Saturdays anyway. So yeah. So yeah. Let us know what you think of that. What time is it? Okay, cool. So we started late, so we're going to run late anyway. So let's show you this week's let's premiere this week's episode of Feed Dump for you. How about that? And then we'll do some questions, and then hopefully
We'll show you.
we'll have a Crapshot to show you. Yeah. Let's find out together. Welcome to Feed Dump. It's super hot here this week, so we are things that have melted or burst into flames. I am the polar ice caps. Sorry to start on a downer, but like the polar ice caps, I will be in Boston this weekend. Joining me this week is Cam's Cashmere.
Help me, I've been laminated.
And Ash's Brain. Are you okay? We've recently covered stories of jail time for stolen rental tapes and stolen televisions from ages ago, but a Michigan couple is facing up to 93 days in prison and a $500 fine for a library book from 2014.
Did they lend the Necronomicon?
It would have been a solid 100 days, but they gave them a free week out of jail because they filled out their Ready Reader stamp card.
Ew. Next time just steal a car. Reading is dangerous.
The couple had $35 in late fees for a copy of The Rome Prophecy that they borrowed last year, and their son lost a Dr. Seuss book that apparently no one knows the name of in 2014.
Oh, the places you'll get shanked.
Last I checked, Dr. Seuss books were only like $9. Can't they just buy a new one? Is it special? Did he lick it? Was it bound in his hair?
At least if it was bound in his skin and inked with his blood, it would be kind of like the Necronomicon.
Klaatu Barata Lorax!
See, part of the problem is that the county's economic crimes unit is charging them a $105 diversion fee for each of these 2 infractions.
Okay, what in the everlasting fuck is a diversion fee?
Look over there, a fee.
What?
$500, please.
Shit!
And they tried to send $55 for late fees and replacing the book. And the prosecutor's office refused to accept it because they wouldn't pay this mythical fee to the crime unit. They're out of jail on a $100 bail right now. They've also said
they'll never borrow a book from a library again. So good job, everyone.
What I'd really like to know is what actual crimes are getting ignored in Michigan because they're sending crime units after late library books.
The university at Buffalo, in Buffalo, New York, which has only about 30,000 students total, inadvertently sent out acceptance letters to 5,000 students over the weekend.
The University at Buffalo is happy to offer you enrollment. Oh, too slow.
Hey Graham, check it out. I got accepted into the University of Buffalo.
No way. Did you even apply?
No.
The 2-week late, brutally cruel April Fool's Day gag is about what I'd expect from academic correspondence.
Wait, does anybody even apply to University of Buffalo? Maybe this is just how they get students.
I don't remember applying here, but I guess I'm moving to Buffalo. I hear the wings are good.
I'm glad to see that the school's administration is preparing its students for a life of bitter disappointment and crushed expectations after they dedicate years of their life to better participating in their culture and expanding the knowledge of mankind so they can be told by their elders that they are really entitled for expecting to be able to find a job.
I'm a web cartoonist.
I make dumb videos on the internet.
Are you gonna finish your pickle?
No. A couple days ago, it was the 20th of April, or as it's known colloquially, 420 Smoke Weed Every Day, and the Vancouver Aquatic Centre decided not to open for fear that it would get inadvertently turned into a giant hot box because they can't turn off the air circulation system, so they just decided to keep everyone out of the building.
I want to make a joke, but that's totally reasonable.
It never occurred to me to get blazed and go swimming. That sounds totally sweet. I'm going to drown later today.
See, the Aquatic Centre is right beside Sunset Beach, which is where Vancouver's 420 Smoke Weed Every Day celebrations will be taking place after moving there this year from their previous location outside the Vancouver Art Gallery, or the VAG. And 25,000 Weedmans are expected to be lighting up, so the public pool was like, how about no?
I don't know why the city of Vancouver is trying to stop this. It's Vancouver. There's mountains on one side. If they could figure out a way to put a wall in between them and the ocean, the whole city would be hotboxed.
This is all you do in Vancouver. You get baked, you get priced out of your own home, and you try not to wind up in the background of whatever Stargate spin-off they're filming on Candy.
The Vancouver Park Board has asked whatever passes for organizers to find a different location because smoking is illegal in parks and beaches in Vancouver, but you can't really stop 25,000 kind of chilled, affable dudes.
Yeah, they're kind of like a really slow juggernaut that advances inexorably towards Doritos in high school.
I mean, the police could try to stop them, but the cloud of marijuana smoke that's around them is in a 3-block radius, so by the time they got there, I think the police would be feeling it.
On a related note, someone on last week's episode said they were unsubscribing because we clearly didn't know anything about stoners, which is akin to telling a Frenchman they don't know anything about wine. But there you are. Until next time, remember, there may be better sources for news, but they don't have this hat, which is too warm for the weather out today, but it has a sick embroidered keytar on it, which is great for if I want to make some keytar jams, which I always do, all the time. I stand by that.
Some days it's all you talk about.
Constantly.
Every time I'm here, someone's playing Dark Souls. Is that the only game played?
It's the only game.
This is a full panel. I don't know how many questions we can get in, but let's get some of them in. Who has questions? Oh, wow, we have a guy with a mic. Yeah, just sort of, anyone got a question? Throw your hands up and sorry, yes, make a line. Sorry, add the enforcer, so we don't make him run all around the room.
If you would like.
Keep our jams while we wait.
Yeah. What?
Keep our jams while we wait.
Keytar jam. Hey, what's up?
This is for Craig.
Hey.
Can you beat James in an arm wrestle?
Maybe. I don't know. We can find out. How long's it been since I arm wrestled?
This is a
This is a bad angle for arm wrestling.
Yeah. You're gonna dislocate a shoulder.
I worried about Greg ramming James's arm into the thing, but I don't think that's going to be a problem.
I Grant handed my dick.
Great. Two, there you go. Oh, Jesus. You had torsion at the beginning of that.
You had torsion at the beginning of that. My arm was already messed up. Also, James has way more upper body strength because he lifts things as part of his job.
Oh, I lift, bro.
I do. So no, I can't beat James. Hey.
So, this is a question primarily for each.
Yeah, all right. Beat it. What's up?
It's related to that, actually. You are generally known as the biggest Nintendo fan in LoadingReadyRun.
God, I hope so.
As he's playing his 3DS instead of paying attention to the questions.
And I'm wondering how you feel Nintendo's position in the whole game industry right now. They've always had sort of weird outside the norm.
You have 30 seconds.
What's the panel rated? It's a fucking nightmare right now. Okay, the stance that they took with Allison Rapp was horseshit, and that upsets me because I've been a fan for a long time and I felt very betrayed by the fact that they're like, we're for everybody except when we need to support everybody. Star Fox Zero is getting shitty reviews. I'm going to play it anyway because I think the two-player element is going to be a lot of fun, but I'm kind of like, God, I hate seeing that kind of bad stuff all the time. I also we'll just come right out and say that I don't think that a bunch of old men in suits in Japan making decisions for everyone around the world has worked out very well for everybody so far in terms of gaming. So controversial things, I don't know. I'm still gonna buy their stuff. I'm still gonna play it. Like I'm playing like Pocket Card Jockey that just came out. The demo just came out on the 3DS. Is a whole bunch of fun, despite the fact there's this weird gendered thing that happened. If you follow my wife, you saw her tweet about that, and now she had to turn her fucking account private because people were giving her shit. Like, so that's unrelated. But those kind of little things could just stop. I'd be very happy, and I hope all of you be in on that. Fucking do or die with this stuff. And it's driving me up the wall to see it in the last few years. That's how I feel. Thank you.
Alright, so White Token failed miserably. If you remember what I asked?
Oh, yeah. Which?
So,
We asked what modern deck he should play.
Yeah,
and we
no.
told him I told you black-white tokens, right? My bad.
Should have said a BFZ draft deck.
What? So you're looking for another deck now?
yeah, it's a new idea.
Splinter Twin.
I hear Jund might actually be legitimately viable again.
Jund him out.
This is a request for Ian with your new show. Could you have an episode where you play Grandma to make Civic Law?
James made the slaw.
It's true. Yeah. Maybe we'll all make the slaw.
Yeah. Well, it's a possibility.
Yeah. What do we need for this episode? Lots of things.
Is there any possibility of a film version of Portland?
Maybe no.
If one of you wants to start an animated special.
That's the only way that we could do it, is animated, because it's so for starters, only 5 people doing all the voices. And there's so much editing and retaking that it's, the way that it works to the strength that it is only possible because it's audio. And so the only way that we could do like a visual version would be to animate it, which, by the way, I would absolutely love to do. But that's the thing. It's like we're already working Featherweight too hard, and so we would need we need the money to pay someone who actually knows how to do animation, and also to find someone who actually knows how to do it.
We can't afford a draft for you.
Yeah.
Kickstarter!
Start all the things!
Yeah. Let's at least wait till this one finishes. Hey. Go ahead.
So, what would you say are some kind of like hotspots when it comes to like improv or comedy in the Vancouver area?
Improv hotspots.
Paper Street Theater.
But yeah, actually, pretty near to us. If you've seen Missy, our friend Missy, in a couple videos, she and her husband Dave run Paper Street Theater in Victoria, and they do improv stuff all the time. That's like they are an improv studio. Dave teaches improv classes, and they do these amazing long-form thematic improv things. They've done improvised Dungeons and Dragons. They've done an improvised Quentin Tarantino, an improvised Margaret Atwood. They pick like a movie or a novelist, and they study the hell out of how they structure their stories, and then they do this like evening's performance of a long-form improv of a pastiche of their stuff, and they're amazing. They're very good. Beyond that, I don't go to Vancouver that often, so I don't know about Vancouver, I'm afraid. Any? No.
Definitely check them out.
I don't like the theater. I do actually.
Hey.
Hi. So I was watching the Link and Duck Link from Yorktown the other day, and during the episode of Magnum PI, you, in your announcer voice, said, looks like some sort of sidewalks land for a champion. I think that joke was specifically to Alex, so I'm wondering what the history of that joke is compared to Alex.
Oh, okay. Literally, it's just that we were watching an episode of Botchamania, which if you're a fan of wrestling and you haven't seen Botchamania, you definitely should. It's basically all the hilarious fails and flubs and just stuff that's dumb about wrestling and like these edited videos. And there was one episode specifically that mentioned the WCW announcer Tony Schiavone and how he called every move a sidewalk slam. Not every move, but there was like a montage of like 3 different things where he said, he's like, oh, that looks like some sort of sidewalk slam. And the other announcer was like, it was a Samoan drop. It wasn't even the same sort of, what? No. And for some reason, Alex found that hilarious. And so it just became like a thing that he and I would do, like, oh, it looks like some sort of sidewalk slam. And then, so that joke was in there for Alex's benefit, and then it came up on streams, and so then Featherweight did that art for us, and it was like, man, if I ever do a wrestling podcast, that'll be the name of it, and then...
Also, someone who's been to Buffalo a lot,
That's fair. Is that where buffalo wings originate?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't actually know. I wasn't sure if I was making like a bad joke or just sort of a non-joke. Go ahead. Hey.
Hi. I was wondering, is it true that you promised your firstborn child to the God's bounty in order to be a success?
The what? Sorry?
This is relevant.
Yeah, I have one now. Did we promise our firstborn child in exchange for what?
God's bounty in exchange for success.
Oh, no. If we'd done that, we'd have way more subscribers.
Yeah. It's true.
I assume that's what Smosh did. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure, if we would be in the main theater right now.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah. To be clear, because I think that Rooster Teeth is in the main theater right now, love Rooster Teeth.
Yeah. Presumably they sacrificed some small child.
I guess.
So, going back to work,
Yeah.
I believe the latest episode of it, the intro and outro were based on the wordplay file travel.
Yeah.
I didn't get the joke for the exit one. Would you mind explaining?
The one at the end of the episode? So the joke was that the words all look the same but sound completely different.
Yeah, the visual rhymes.
Yeah, and one spelling, because it was the one at the end of the episode was quicker than a hiccup, right?
Quiet as a hiccup.
Yeah. Oh, quiet as a hiccup? Yeah, and one spelling of hiccup is hiccough.
H-I-C-C-O-U-G-H.
Yeah, so it's just another word that has an O-U-G-H but sounds nothing like any of the other words that Beats used.
Thank you very much.
No problem. 5 minutes remain.
All right, let's speed run your questions.
We can do these questions.
Yep.
This one's not strictly a question, more an apology for James.
All right.
I have spent the rest of you at Manifest. Double unit, thank you. So James, you remember back in October, Mario Maker, really awful fish jumping level?
Fish level, yeah.
I told myself at the time that if I ever saw you in person, I either had to buy you a drink or apologize. So I got apology.
Hooray! Thank you.
Did you know, James, that they made me play that on my stream?
Yeah, I watched you beat it.
Yeah. With a world record, I think it was, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
What's that?
Oh, Oh, is that, yes, right, yeah.
Full apology.
Right.
There you go. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Lovely.
Hey!
You got any shoes?
Hey!
So I learned to play that in like 3 months ago.
Sweet.
Because my boyfriend was like, I really like this. He was like, this was very fun. And now I know that you guys are terrible because you couldn't do this fun. I really learned the beach because I kind of explain magic things terribly. So, Beach, would you please try to explain my favorite magic format? My favorite magic format so far? Go.
Explain the format of commands.
EDH with the commander that you get to actually use as a secondary player.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's like. That's pretty much the restrictions imposed on the format.
There's restrictions.
Let's keep
There's
going.
a band list, which I'm assuming is the music you're allowed to listen to. What?
All right, 4 more questions. Let's do this.
Hi, son and I enjoy all the work that you guys do.
Thank you.
Magic stuff and everything. But more specifically, we love Purple and we're wondering, is there any, like, Edith Slump is our favorite character, and I love everything Kathleen does. Is there any chance of adding a secondary vehicle to Purple so that you can pass a medical test without Kathleen having to talk for herself?
Maybe. I mean, it's we settled on that group of 5 people because they're the people that we know with the most improv experience, except for Missy, but she is too busy to rely upon to bring her into that. And it felt like that would be the 5 people that would really mesh well to do that show. And I mean, I don't see, there's no reason why not. But yeah, there's no reason why not specifically, except that it's just this group really sort of is all sort of on the same page with what we want to do with the show. But I'll consider it.
Cool. We love it regardless. So don't stop it.
Awesome. Thank you. No, we're not gonna stop anytime soon. Oh.
Hi, big fan.
Thank you.
This is a question for any of you guys streaming. So Twitch chat is pure chaos.
Yep.
Really. And recently at the start of this year, the Desert Bus IOC group sort of became a non-official thing. It still exists, but it is a different thing. My question is, from your guys' perspective, how has your interaction with the community, your sense of the pulse of the community changed as you had to deal more with Twitch chat, which is oftentimes a large portion of people who don't even know you're coming in and insulting Cam or not?
I mean, generally speaking, our channel is incredibly, they're just amazing people. And so you guys make that really easy on us by just being really generous and kind and caring people, which is great. There are definitely times when, yeah, we stream something that, you know, brings in a whole lot of people, and then you're dealing with just an enormous amount of troll, and you don't want to, and it's hard. I don't know.
I mean, I like on the streams I've been on, I find the chat to be incredibly consistent and very good at. I mean, you don't want to say that it's policing, but it really is some policing in terms of tone and content.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed it actually, because as we've gotten busier, as I've personally gotten busier, I've had less and less time to interact with forums. I remember a time when I used to read literally every thread, and that doesn't happen anymore. And so being able to have like a lot of very immediate feedback with people has been great. And that's time. Okay.
Sorry guys.
Sorry for the 2 of you that we did not get to. We're going to go to our table right after this, so please come and say hi and we can answer whatever questions you might have. But
let's do it.
Fresh from Victoria. We haven't seen this either. Oh, wait. Sound. Do we have sound? Hang on. Rewind. We good? All right. Sweet.
Hey Alex, what you up to? Not too much. How about you?
Oh.
Alex, did you see my stream?
No, sorry. I was face down in a bowl of ice cream.
Hey Alex, how's the new deck?
I played it last night. It was a wreck.
This has to stop.
On it.
Like a bonnet.
Hey Alex, check out my necklace. It's silver.
All right, thank you all so much for coming. We're going to go down to our table in Bandland by the up escalator in the main lobby, and come and say hi if you want to.